What's up, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. In the last episode, we got through we hung out with Byakuya and Sakura, and we also found Sakura's lifeless body. Sadly, I was really starting to like her too, but of course the game's like, "Oh, you like this person now? Well, we're gonna kill her off." So we have to start this investigation and find out who killed her. So let's get it started. When you break down this kind of murder mystery, there are four basic types. The first type is when the locked room is created, after the actual crime is committed. This simply means that the killer commits his crime, even through some special method steals the room. This mainly involves some sort of trick involving the locking of the room. Oh yeah, by the way, so what Kyoko's talking about, she's talking about how this might have been a locked room murder, because the room was barricaded by a chair, so we couldn't get in, so we had to use a broom to actually break the window and then like move it around to where we could make it in. So she's talking about the method. Basic approaches include using a string or simple mechanism. There are a number of variations. So far that all we have to do is check the doors to see if that's what it was, right?
Correct.
Second type is when the locked room already exists before the crime is committed. Oh?
In other words,
Basically, the killer uses a special contraption or tool from outside the target to target the victim inside. You push a switch and it fires a handgun. You shoot an arrow through a gap in the door or something like that.
however,
But in this case, that doesn't seem to fit. There are no guns or arrows in the school, and then this door doesn't have any gap that would allow it. Yeah, I think we can probably cross that off the list.
it's true.
The third type is when the killer stays in the room until it's opened up. Really? But like, where would they have hidden here though? What do you mean by that?
In other words,
They stay hidden, and when the door is open, they use the confusion to blend in with the group. They pretend they showed up along with everyone else, and that's that. It sounds like it could have been possible, maybe.
it's true.
And the fourth and final type is when it wasn't actually a locked room at all. Not a locked room.
In other words,
By that I mean there actually is an alternate escape route somewhere within the room. You see this a lot in novels and things, but in reality it's generally not possible. Then you think we can cross that one off too?
indeed.
I believe so, yes. So when it comes to the locked room mysteries, those are the basics. So there are four possibilities. Then Kyoko, which of those four choices seems the most likely in this case?
It's true.
That's a good question. Answering that should be our primary focus during this trial. But right now, I can't really say. I see. The way the killer set up the locked room. Until I figure that out, the truth behind Sakura's death will stay hidden. It's definitely a tough mystery. I need to concentrate and investigate as much as I can. For Sakura, if nothing else. Alright. So let's go see what everybody has to say first.
What?
What do you want? You're bothering me. Go away. He's not even trying to hide how much he despises me. I better go out before he crushes my soul completely. Who cares what Byakuya has to say? He's just a jerk.
However,
But for Sakura to have been killed, yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
it's true.
She certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? Oh, I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? They must have taken her by surprise, alright?
Certainly.
Certainly. They would have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her. How are you feeling, Hina? You okay?
What the heck?
We already know who did it.
I won't forgive
Byakuya,
you.
Toko, or Hiro. It had to be one of them. They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Then let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura wasn't all three of them to asked all three of them to meet with her. You know where, right? Right here in the rec room. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she told me. She said she left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon? The Monokuma file said she died right around then. I'm telling you the truth, I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her. But she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I'd stopped her, by force even, this never would have happened. Aw, Hina, it's okay. Don't cry. It's impossible not to have regrets, I know. They always count. But the fact that she had asked those three to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time and place where she ended up dying, it might be good to confirm what I just heard with the three of them directly. Okay, so Byakuya, Hiro, and Toko. Okay. Before that, let's actually look at everything first before we talk to Byakuya. There are shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura is sitting on. The glass is all red, and these are the top and bottom sections of a bottle, right? So this must have originally been a bottle. Glass shards on the floor has been added to the truth bullets. Huh? There's something else on the ground near the glass. It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure? Figure on the floor has been added to the truth bullets. Okay. This looks like some kind of wrapper.
Huh?
And that's... Do you recognize it, Hina?
Well,
yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little. So you gave that candy to Sakura? I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. I made sure nobody else could get their hands on them. Do you really like them that much? But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now, they've lost all their flavor. Hina. Polka dot candy wrapper. Okay. That same shelf full of magazines. There's all different kinds of magazines here. Oh, I see that bloodstain over there on the floor. There's a bloodstain in front of the magazine shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? Magazine shelf bloodstain. Okay. There are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf. And inside each bottle, there's some kind of Monokuma figure. What I'm wondering is, how'd they get those figures inside the bottles?
So...
It's no different from your standard ship in the bottle. Huh? You know where the bottle opening is smaller than the placed inside? You've never seen that? Oh yeah, maybe I have.
in other words,
So this is the Monokuma version of that. A Monokuma bottle, if you will. Monokuma bottle, okay. I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things, little by little. So the Monokuma bottle is sitting on the shelf. The Monokuma figure was found on the ground. The red shards of glass, which probably started out as a bottle. Which would mean Sakura must have been hit in the head with the Monokuma bottle, right? The shards of glass and the Monokuma figure are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was a weapon. Okay. Oh, handprints. Huh? The locker's open, and they're on the inside. It's a handprint?
why?
What's a handprint doing here? Looks like someone touched the inside locker and left a handprint in all the dust.
It's true.
And looks quite fresh too. I'd say someone was hiding here in the locker and they left behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hid in there until the locked room was open, don't you think? And during all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group.
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility. Huh? Why not?
Hey,
Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? Yeah, it was already open. Oh yeah, the locker was already open at that point.
indeed.
So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. Yeah, so then, what does this handprint mean? Logger handprint has been added, okay. Anything else in here you need to look at? This is just what we threw, right? To open the door? Yeah. There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance. I think it was a poison?
So...
It looks like a protein drink, and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein. She mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments.
Wrong.
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know. But still, this protein can. It's got a label on it that says Chem A2. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the chem lab had all kinds of health stuff. So she must have gotten this from the chem lab.
Just a second.
Well, that's strange. Huh? What is?
Hey,
You see what's scattered around the can? Shards of light blue glass. Must be parts of the window I broke to get inside.
correct.
But they aren't just scattered around the can. They're also underneath it. Why does that matter?
So,
I can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take note of it. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on. An important clue? I'm not sure I see how. Empty protein drink. Okay. Anything else in here? That's just the clock. We don't even look at the clock. Magazine? Anything there? No. The only significance with that was the blood stain on the floor. Is there anything else in here? Possibly? No, it doesn't seem like it. Okay. Joe shoved it up against the door. Okay. So we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used in the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it. Okay, let's talk to Byakuya.
What?
What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. Then it's true? I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Byakuya says he didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact.
Come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay, thanks. Alright, Byakuya's account. Alright, is that everything in here? I think it might be. Already did. Am I missing something? Oh, yeah, we didn't actually look at her body. Sakura drew her last breath sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of the blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally, I wouldn't have any problem believing that that's what killed her, but according to the Monokuma file, she had also vomited blood. And I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So what would have caused her to vomit blood? Probably that protein drink, I would assume. I don't really see anything else that would have caused her to vomit out blood other than drinking something. That chem thing could have been something suspect. Something being contained in it. Since everybody knew that she loved protein drinks, maybe they did something to it somehow. Something like that, I think. That's how I think it went down. I think that's how she vomited out blood. Status of Sakura's body. Maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood. I mean, that is a possibility also. Oh, I mean, it is a possibility though. Like in real life, it is a possibility. If you get hit hard enough in the back of the head, that can cause you to vomit. Kind of. It's rare, but it can happen. Byakuya?
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on the most interesting location. Interesting.
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting. Don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. Okay.
Hey,
Okay. Oh, I don't mean to keep looking at that.
Don't make me repeat myself.
Okay. Oh, is that the blood she vomited? Probably.
What the heck? I won't.
Come on, Hina, don't pull a freaking Toko on me in chapter 1. Okay, what else do we have to look at? We've already looked at everything that I know of. Do we have to look at this thing again? Maybe? Must have drank it. Still this protein can. Got a label on it, says Chem 82. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the Chem lab... Oh, okay. Same thing, right?
correct.
Okay, yeah, we already saw that. The door is the only way in and out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock, and there's no evidence that the mountings have been tampered with. The only notable change to the door is the smashed window, which happened, of course, when I broke it to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or a mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything as suspicious about the door itself. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. Then there was no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created the locked door from the inside, not from the outside. Rec room door has been added to truth bullets. Okay.
Listen.
Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation? Yeah, I think so, for the most part.
So then
you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
listen to me.
Which is why I've decided you'll go in my place. She's decided? She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. But she's right. I do have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say. Alright, let's do it. Toko and Hiro. Those other 2 people. Those other. Oh my gosh. Those other 2 probably went back to their rooms. Okay. Okay. Toko's over here, I believe. Yeah. Press the doorbell. And after a few seconds. Oh, she's back to her nervous state.
Who's there?
The most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total
Well?
decay.
What do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach.
Give me just a second. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna edit the stream info and change up the title. Just want to add investigation to the title. Okay. All right. Just updated the stream info. Chapter 4. Investigation. Just so people know what we're doing. Okay. Oh, oops.
I was in such a good mood, too.
She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hall.
What do you want?
You said you wanted to talk to me about something? I wanted to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked you to meet with you. What?
Well,
I don't know what you're talking about. Byakuya already told me she had asked to meet with him. What? She wanted to meet with Master too? I just said two, didn't I? I guess now it's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So can you tell me about it? I admit, I did get a note. But I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact. Is that good enough? I'm then going back to my room. With that, Toko quickly retreated into her room. Okay, Toko's account. Alright, let's go talk to not Byakuya. Sakura. Okay. Leon. Poor Leon. Hiro. Press the doorbell. After a few seconds.
You know?
What's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Yeah, actually, I just wanted to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you.
What?
How'd you know about that?
Could it be?
Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened in you? But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. What? When did Sakura tell you that?
What?
Oh, well, when she asked me to meet with her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note. Hiro, you're being really suspicious right now.
How about that?
She gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention the others, like, in passing. Gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. So then you went and met with Sakura.
You got it all wrong.
No way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious.
Actually,
The last time I saw Ogre was when he had got hurt and I took her to nurse
don't look at me.
Haven't seen her since then. While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Do I still have it? Let's see. Hiro was feeling around in his pockets.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, it looks like I don't have it anymore. Hiro, you're being very suspicious right now. With a big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands out back out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pocket. Huh?
What?
Ah! Quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up again and shoved it back into his pocket.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, just a bit of trash for us to throw out. Trash?
What?
Anyway, I can't deny that Ogre asked to meet with me, but I never went. So, well, if you'll excuse me. Hiro, man. Before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. Hiro said that it was just trash, but there's no way that's all there was to it. Pocket trash has been added to truth bullets. Alright, so I've heard from Toko and Hiro. What next? I'll definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should find out more about the protein can we found before in the rec room. I should have my stuff come from the chem lab. So where should I start? Oh, we'll just go to the chem lab first. It's on the 3rd floor, right? Chem lab. That's the rec room. Or is it on the 4th floor? Yeah, it's on the 4th floor. Okay. Okay.
What?
Kodo, did you have your eye on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it. I think what you meant to say was, yes sir, I understand. Byakuya, you're... This isn't my first time seeing this shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. Should I probably take a closer look at it? Looks like the 3 shelves have been connected together to one giant shelf. More important right now, what's that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step in it. There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where all the powder came from? Looks like the bottle had the label on it, Chem C4. Would you like to hear something more interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning checking things out, and at that point, this room wasn't like this. Then this powder must have been spilled.
So in other words,
That's right. It could have only been around the time of the incident. If that really is what happened when it happened, it must be related to the case somehow. Source of the powder has been added to truth bullets. Okay. All right. Is that everything? First, I have to check out the area. Okay. On this shelf is one look, and I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number, so I guess I can consider this part of the shelving until section C. Okay. So on this shelf looks like a bunch of chemicals that I have no idea what they are. They're reagents? How do you say that? Reagents? But put simply, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It must truly be bliss. Isn't that kind of harsh?
what?
What? You think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world?
That's fine.
The words of the lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you well. I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section B. I don't think anything out of the ordinary here. In which case I don't think I have to worry about too much about this shelf. Okay. Let's see, what's on this shelf? There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from this shelf. All the containers in the shelf are labeled with the letter A and a number, except for that one. I see the Chem C9 is labeled on it. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section A. But wait. There's one bottle here that's labeled Chem C9. Did someone have put it here on accident? I should try to find out more about this shelving unit. Looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A has dietary supplements, Section B has reagents, and Section C has lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A. But what concerns me is what in Section A is that in Section A there was a bottle with the label from Section C, not or C. What was the bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on here. Chem lab shelf. Alright. Oh, oops. Oh. I keep accidentally hitting the B button. Or the... Yeah, B button. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. Okay. Okay. Oh, I see footprints. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. I better not leave a footprint. Like these right here. These are footprints. And they're only in front of the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan. By we, what do you mean? You mean me? You mean me? Oh, how kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen.
What?
Well, let's go. Chop chop. Okay. So I got to work, and before long I'd drawn up a sketch of the room. So how's this? Not bad. For you, I mean. For me?
I see.
So when you look at it like this, interesting. It would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business at the leftmost shelf. They came in with went straight to the shelf and did whatever they had to do, and then left. That's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be.
It's certainly
Makoto,
possible.
are they yours? No.
What?
Okay, let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself. Couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya said. I see, your feet do appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit these are not your footprints. Unfortunately. But without how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. And these prints are a really valuable clue. Probably take a good hard look at the powder. Also, looks like someone left some footprints in the powder. Based on the positioning of the prints, whoever it was only went to the left side of the shelf. According to Byakuya, the powder would had to have been spilled right around the time of the incident. That's all I can tell for now. Footprints in the powder. I've already taken a good look at the chem lab. Maybe I should take a look around the rec room. Okay. Oh, come on, I can't fast travel. Oh, probably because I was still there. Can't fast travel there now? Yeah, okay. Alright, let's go. Alright. I'm gonna save real quick. Save on this third one.
Hey,
So Makoto, how's your investigation going? I told Kyoko what Toko and Hiro had told me.
I see.
So along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. But it's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. I feel like it's Hiro. I feel like Hiro's the one lying. Someone's lying?
Anyway,
Well, I've made some progress with my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These 3 things have revealed new clues. You do well to look them over one more time. Okay. According to Kyoko, there's still something to be discovered from Sakura's body.
just a second.
Just staring off into space isn't going to help you figure anything out. Well, yeah, I know, but
Hey,
don't you think you might need to actually examine the body?
whew.
There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Although there are still some times. I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to
It's
it.
true.
That's totally normal. Then how can you...
So,
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. What? Sorry, never mind.
hey,
More importantly, look here. Her shoes.
correct.
You see that yellow powder on her instep? Yeah, it really stands out.
I see.
That powder is clue number 1. Yellow powder has been added to truth bullets.
Hey,
Next is the wound to her head. Look carefully.
it's true.
Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot, so let me just explain it.
It would seem...
It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head. 2 blows?
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
It's true.
So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. Alright, Kyoko's examination summary. Can't believe she was able to learn all that just by looking at her body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. Okay. What else did you say to look at? No, the bottles, right? I think Kyoko says she's found a new clue involving the Monokuma bottles. Something new, something new.
Hey,
So did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention and you're sure to find it. Oh! 3 of them have fingerprints and the 4th one doesn't. A correlation. Hey Kyoko, can't you tell me what it is?
so...
I don't mind guiding you toward clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusion so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? No answer. I do trust you, to a degree. Otherwise, I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree. Monokuma bottle has been updated in the truth bullet section of your handbook.
Hey,
Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment?
anyway...
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get smaller pieces too. Huh? Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like that?
That doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. And the obnoxious Byakuya is not here, so...
So then...
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the glass. With that, Kyoko left the room. I really don't know what this is about, but what choice do I have? I better just do it. Took the room and dustpan and got to work collecting all the broken bottle pieces. And just as I finished up, sorry to keep you waiting.
So then...
Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. So what kind of experiment are we doing?
In other words...
I got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights. Compare the weights of what? The pieces of glass you collected and one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. Why do you want to do that? Shouldn't it still be like the same size? Because even though like it's not like I could be completely wrong.
Listen.
First, let's compare the weight of two of the normal Monokuma bottles. It's balanced.
In other words...
Which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same. Which makes sense. The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same and nothing else could really affect the weight.
So then...
Now here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now what might we expect to see? Well, a normal assumption would be either they'll balance out or the pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and there.
So then...
Okay then, let's give it a try. Huh? The broken pieces are heavier? How is that possible?
I knew it.
Just as I thought. What?
In other words...
The results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles put it all together.
Hey,
And I believe you will arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So what do you think? It's all on you. Monokuma bottle experiment has been added to the... Okay. Alright. Anything else we need to look at? Kyoko?
in other words...
Results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles put it all together. If you'll arrive at one very persuasive
Hey.
conclusion. So what do you think? It's on you. The experiment showed that the pieces of glass on the floor were heavier than an intact Monokuma bottle. And the bottles all have something in common. There's apparently an important secret hidden there. Something new, something new.
Hey,
There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention, you're sure to find it. Correlation. I don't know what the bottles have in common, and I don't understand the results of the experiment. Comparing the weight of the broken bottle pieces to the completely intact Monokuma bottle, the broken pieces were clearly heavier. What does that mean?
so
The results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles, put it all together.
indeed.
Am I supposed to look at something, or? Leave the area. Do I have to go back to the chem lab? I'm not that great with like sciencey stuff, so I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure what to think. I'm not that smart when it comes to science.
I see.
I'm not too sure what I have to do. I'm not too sure. I'm not smart. Okay. Save real quick. Okay, I probably have to go somewhere else. I'm not too sure. Okay, let's just go back to the rec room then.
Why?
No, you say the same thing. I'm not too sure what I'm supposed to do. Look at the broken shard glasses again. What am I supposed to look at? Am I supposed to talk to you? I'm so sorry. I'm not. I don't know what to do.
In other words, hey,
Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, I have to look at the fourth one. Yeah, I knew something was up with that fourth one. Like it doesn't have that same like glare like the other three have. Oh dang, that's not what it was. But yeah, like on there it had like the three white spots, but it doesn't have that
Hey.
fourth one doesn't have it.
So... Indeed.
What?
Indeed.
I am so confused. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. This magazine's upside down. Don't put it back that way on
Hey.
accident. Something catches your eye. It's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. Pick up the inverted magazine and flick through it. Toko. This is one of the pages near the center of the magazine. A word had been written in bold, bloody letters, and it said Toko. Could this be a dying message?
Correct.
Then it would have appeared you found it. Kyoko, is this?
So...
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. A dying message.
However...
But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it for the benefit of others who might come looking. Hey, is that says Toko, right? Yeah, it looks like it. What the heck? Then she's the killer, right? Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet.
I won't forgive
It's settled. She's the killer for sure. That's conclusive. Oh my gosh, that's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to acquire the killer. I can see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy. Yeah, we've already had a dying message thing. I don't think we would have that again. Magazine dying message. Here we go. Okay, so that's what we had to do. We had to look at the stupid thing. Okay. we just didn't. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. We just didn't investigate that last thing. So I don't think that had anything to do with the whole like weight thing with it being with the pieces of glass being heavier than the bottle. But I guess we'll find out as we go through the trial about it. So
Whoops,
yeah.
you caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake. Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I?
You're gonna do it either way. So might as well.
Then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
It's already time, but the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. No, not whatever happens. I have to make something happen. Oh man. All right, you know what, y'all? I'm gonna go ahead and end off the episode here. This was a pretty short episode, but I want to keep this next episode all on the class trial. And hopefully we can get through it. But yeah, I think this is a good place to stop the episode. Yeah. So yeah, in the next episode, we'll go ahead and go through with the 4th class trial and see what happens, determine who the killer is, and yeah, I do plan on finishing the class trial on one episode. So I hopefully can do that in the next episode. So yeah, that's gonna end off this episode. So thank y'all so very much for watching this episode of Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc, and I'll see y'all next time.